Ladies, let me start with a quick little test. It takes just 2 seconds, but it can tell you a lot about your haircut. Ready? Go to a mirror, lift the crown of your hair gently with your fingertips. Now look closely. Does your face suddenly look brighter? Do you notice your features lifting? If so, here's the truth. Your current haircut may be quietly adding years to your appearance. This simple mirror check is one of the easiest ways to see whether your hairstyle is helping you shine or holding you back. And for women over 60, where fine hair, thinning, or loss of natural volume is common, the difference can be nothing short of dramatic. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Do I need to chase trends to look fresh? Absolutely not. While style boards are full of chic bobs right now, French bobs, soft layered bobs, side part variations, and yes, the modern shag is still very much alive, the real magic doesn't come from following a trend. It comes from something far simpler, where the line of your haircut falls. Think of 3 magic zones, at the chin, at the cheekbone, or right at the shoulder. These areas naturally guide the eye upward, giving your face a subtle lift without you ever trying to look 25 again. And here's the best part. These cuts aren't fussy. You don't need marathon blow dries or endless products. The right shape will fall into place while you're simply living your life, running errands, enjoying coffee with a friend, or heading out to dinner. And they pair beautifully with your natural silver, your soft blend of gray, or your chosen shade. Just look at icons like Diane Keaton with her sleek bob, Susan Sarandon with her confident pixie, or Andy McDowell with her textured waves. They prove one thing: softness and lift are timeless. Stay with me because in this video, I'll walk you through 7 haircuts that can help you look brighter, fresher, and yes, more youthful, along with the exact words to use in your salon chair. Let's talk about a haircut that has transformed the confidence of countless women: the chin-length bob with crown layering and a gentle side bang. Here's the problem many women face. A blunt bob, cut straight across, looks sleek and fresh when you leave the salon. But give it a few hours, and what happens? The weight pulls it down, it collapses, and suddenly all the focus is on the lower half of your face, the jawline, the chin, even areas you might prefer to soften. But there's a solution, and it's simpler than you think. Adding light layers at the crown acts like a hidden frame, giving your hair volume that lasts all day. Combine that with a soft, side-swept bang that grazes the forehead, and you immediately direct attention upward to your eyes. And when the length stops right at the chin, it creates what I like to call an invisible arrow, lifting the entire face. This cut is especially powerful for women who wear glasses. Instead of the hair and frames dividing the face, they blend seamlessly, creating harmony and balance. Women everywhere have shared their experiences with this style. One woman said, "I actually stopped relying on my favorite lipstick for confidence. This haircut did all the work for me." That's the power of the right cut. So, when you're in the salon chair, here's exactly what to say. "I'd like a chin-length bob with light crown layers and a soft side bang. Please keep the ends airy enough to move." And at home, simply use a round brush to lift the crown while blow drying. It's the easiest way to keep that just walked out of the salon feeling every single day. Now, let's move to a haircut that feels timeless, elegant, and just a little bit Parisian: the French bob. Here's the challenge many women run into with a standard chin-length bob. The ends can feel too heavy. Instead of lifting your features, that weight drags the face downward, which is the exact opposite of what we want. The French bob solves that beautifully. Its ends curve slightly inward, almost like they're gently hugging your jawline. This simple adjustment creates what I like to call a light reflector. The curve bounces light upward onto your smile, your cheekbones, your eyes, highlighting the features you want to shine. And the best part? It never looks stiff or artificial. Instead of that helmet look, it moves naturally, with a soft texture that feels effortless. Imagine walking down a quiet Paris street, your hair catching just a touch of breeze, your earrings glinting as the bob frames your face. It's elegance that doesn't try too hard, refined but real. We've seen icons like Helen Mirren embrace the French bob with silver strands, proving that true sophistication is about proportion and softness, not age. One woman who tried this cut told me, "When I switched to a French bob, the compliments doubled. It wasn't just about the color anymore, it was the shape that made the difference." So, if you want to bring this look to life, here's the phrase to use in the salon chair. "I'd love a chin-length bob with the ends curved slightly inward, some light texture for movement, and a soft side part." This cut doesn't just shape your hair, it shapes the way the world sees your smile. Let's talk about a haircut that many women think of as the safe choice, the shoulder-length cut. At first glance, it seems practical, right? But here's the hidden problem. When it's cut blunt, just one heavy line across, it can look flat, weighed down, and lifeless. Instead of making you look vibrant, it can actually do the opposite. That's where the textured lob comes in. This is a long bob that just kisses the shoulders, but the magic is in the micro layers, tiny, almost invisible cuts that add movement without obvious choppiness. These delicate layers don't aim for volume. Instead, they create subtle motion, a sense of energy and youthfulness. Picture this. You turn your head, and instead of stiff hair swinging like a block, your strands ripple with soft, natural waves. Light catches in those textures, and suddenly your hair looks alive. It's like walking outside after a gentle morning mist. Your hair falls into soft, effortless layers that frame you beautifully. The textured lob works for every occasion, casual days in jeans or elegant nights out in a dress. And here's a bonus. It's stunning with naturally silver hair. The layers give silver strands depth and dimension, so it looks intentional, polished, and full of character, not accidental. One woman told me, "I never realized my silver hair could shine until I tried a textured lob. Now it feels like my hair finally matches who I am, natural, but confident." So here's exactly what to say when you're in the salon chair. "I'd like a shoulder-length lob with very light layering for movement, but keep the ends strong so they don't look frayed." For styling at home, skip the heat. Just spritz a little sea salt spray, run your fingers through, and you'll have that lively, effortless texture every day. Now let's tackle a haircut that many women are curious about but also a little afraid of, the pixie cut. The number one worry I hear is this: what if short hair makes me look too masculine, too harsh, or just not soft enough? And I get it. We've all been conditioned to believe femininity equals long hair. But here's the truth. Once you let go of all that heavy length, what actually shines through is softness and confidence. The asymmetrical pixie is the perfect example. On one side, the hair is cropped shorter, while the other side sweeps down toward the cheekbone. That subtle diagonal line doesn't just add edge, it visually lifts the face, almost like a natural contour. The eye is drawn upward, toward your smile and your eyes, not downward. The result? A look that's sharp and modern, yet still undeniably feminine. And here's a practical bonus. It's easy to care for and grows out beautifully. That touch of asymmetry hides those awkward in-between stages, so you always look polished. I remember one woman, after wearing her hair long for 35 years, finally chose this cut. She laughed and said, "It feels like my jawline just came back from vacation." That's the kind of transformation we're talking about. And if you need celebrity proof, just look at Jamie Lee Curtis. Her pixie shows how timeless, elegant, and full of personality this style can be. So, when you're ready to take the leap, here's the phrase for your stylist. "I'd like a longer pixie, asymmetrical, one side grazing the cheekbone, the other shorter to create that soft angle." For styling at home, keep it simple. A little wax or cream on the longer side for movement, and the shorter side stays neat and fresh. Because sometimes the bravest cut isn't about losing length, it's about discovering the real you. When most people hear the word shag, they imagine something choppy, edgy, maybe even messy. And while that can work for some, here's the problem. If your hair is fine or naturally delicate, too many razor-cut layers can leave it looking frayed, thin, and lifeless. That's not what we want. The soft shag is a whole different story. Think of it as the gentler, more elegant sister of the traditional shag. Layers begin right at the cheekbone, softly framing the face, while the ends are feathered just enough to keep movement light and natural. At the crown, the layering is subtle, not heavy, so the overall shape feels free, airy, and incredibly flattering. The magic of this cut is how well it works with your natural texture. You can let it air dry, and it still falls into place with that effortless bounce. It's casual and free-spirited, but at the same time polished enough for a dinner party or a professional setting. And if you have silver strands, even better. The layering makes gray hair look thicker, brighter, and more intentional, like a style choice, not an afterthought. I'll never forget a woman who told me, "I didn't dye my hair, but the right shag made it look fuller than it ever did in my 30s. That's the kind of transformation a well-cut soft shag can give you. And if you need proof, look no further than Andie MacDowell. Her silver shag with soft waves is the definition of timeless, radiant beauty. So when you're at the salon, here's the phrase you want to use. I'd like a soft shag with layers that frame my face from the cheekbones, feathered ends, and a light crown. Keep my natural silver, but add a touch of low light for depth. Because sometimes the secret to looking vibrant isn't about doing more. It's about cutting less, but cutting smarter. Now, let's talk about one of the most underestimated lengths, shoulder-length hair. At first glance, it seems safe, practical, maybe even a little classic. But here's the problem. When it's cut blunt, straight across, it can feel heavy and flat. The hair tends to cling to the face, dragging the jawline downward and giving the whole expression a more tired or serious look. And if your hair is fine or silver, a blunt cut can actually make it appear even thinner. That's why the layered shoulder cut is such a game changer. Instead of weighing you down, long, airy layers open up your face and add movement. Imagine it as a soft halo of light around your features, catching the sun and drawing the eye upward to your cheekbones and smile. Even when you pull it back into a ponytail, those layers keep it from looking severe. They maintain that sense of softness and grace. Think of Jennifer Aniston. For years, she's returned again and again to a layered shoulder cut. Why? Because it's modern, versatile, and endlessly flattering, no matter the season or the year. And the beauty is, this isn't just about celebrities. I remember a woman in her 60s telling me, after my layered cut, people thought I had changed my entire style. But it was only my hair. It lit me up in ways I didn't expect. That's the real power of layering. It transforms without overwhelming. It doesn't try too hard, yet it delivers maximum impact. So if you're ready to refresh your look, here's the phrase to tell your stylist. I'd like a shoulder-length cut with long, airy layers that add movement. Please keep the layers soft, not choppy, so even my silver hair looks full and natural. Because sometimes the smallest change in cut creates the biggest shift in how you feel and how the world sees you. If you have naturally curly or wavy hair, you've probably hesitated when it comes to shorter cuts. Maybe you've worried it would puff up too much, feel frizzy, or just get out of control. On the other hand, when curls are kept too long, they can drag the face downward, hiding your best features and making everything look heavier than it really is. That's where the curly bob comes in. Cut right around the chin, or just slightly below, it follows the natural curl pattern, allowing your hair to move with freedom while staying beautifully shaped. Instead of fighting your curls, this style celebrates them. The result? Softness that feels effortless, lift around the cheekbones and smile, and a look that's playful, romantic, and timeless. Picture this, a summer morning, sunlight catching those gentle curls as they frame your face. There's a glow, a lightness that says, "This is me, confident and alive." That's the magic of the curly bob. Viola Davis often steps onto the red carpet with a stunning curly bob. Her hair doesn't overwhelm her features. It highlights her radiant eyes and joyful smile. And you don't need to be a celebrity to feel that same effect. I once spoke with a 58-year-old woman who said, "I never thought a bob would suit me, but with curls, it lit up my whole face. For the first time in years, I smiled at my reflection without hesitation." If you're ready to embrace your curls, here's the phrase to use at the salon. I'd like a chin-length bob for my natural curls, shaped to follow the curl pattern so it frames my face softly. without too much volume. Because when your hair feels free yet balanced, you shine in ways you may have never imagined. So we've explored 7 powerful hairstyles, and each one carries its own secret to lifting your features and refreshing your look. Layers at the crown naturally draw the eye upward. A French bob curves inward, brightening your smile and cheeks. The textured lob adds graceful movement with a touch of romance. The asymmetrical pixie highlights your eyes and smile while keeping softness intact. The soft shag gives effortless energy, even making silver strands look fuller and more vibrant. The layered shoulder cut frames the face gently while keeping things modern and light. And the curly bob, it brings playfulness and youthfulness while embracing natural texture. But here's the truth. This isn't about chasing youth or trying to look like someone else. It's about finding a style that supports your lifestyle, that feels authentic to you, and that subtly lifts your natural beauty. When the cut is placed at just the right spot, the cheekbone, the jawline, the eyes, it's like switching on the light inside your face. Many women have shared that after finding their perfect cut, they didn't feel like a different person. They felt like the best version of themselves. One woman put it beautifully. "I still feel like me, but now I look radiant, full of energy and ready for anything." And that's the goal. Not to turn back time, but to step into the present with confidence, with light, and with a look that makes you smile every time you catch your reflection. Because when your hair feels right, your spirit shines even brighter. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found these hairstyle tips inspiring and helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really supports the channel. And if you're ready for more beauty insights designed to help you feel confident and radiant at any age, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a new video. I'd also love to hear from you. What hairstyle makes you feel most like yourself? Share it in the comments below, and let's keep this empowering conversation going.